Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. I am recording this on Easter Sunday, so happy Easter to those of y'all celebrating, and those not celebrating, I hope you had a good weekend. And hopefully, again, my mic input is a bit louder and clearer this time than in the previous two videos I did, because I don't normally do discussion style videos. I think I've only done two previously on the channel. One of which was discussing the game of the year last year, and I had my vote for game of the year to either be Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart or It Takes Two. Those were my two front runner contenders, and then I think It Takes Two ended up winning in the end, and then Deathloop also won the other major awards. And then the other video I did was my first commentary discussion, just sort of discussing the state of games on console in 2022 so far, and I do reference console because I mainly play on PlayStation. I have played on PC throughout my years growing up, but I don't really game on PC that much, so I still pretty much just game on console. So yeah, in the previous video, what were we discussing? Oh yeah, we were just discussing the state of 2022 so far, and it's been a good start to the year in terms of gaming for everybody who loves gaming. So. And in this video, I figured, why not discuss one of the games that I love, Red Dead Redemption 2, and we'll talk about the state of Red Dead Online in 2022. So before we actually start the video and discuss the topic at hand, I just wanted to shout out Ahmad, or Ahmad, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. If that's how you say it, let me know if I'm saying it incorrectly. As at the end of the previous video, I did pose some questions, and Ahmad was kind enough to answer it. And the questions I posed at the end of the video were, how has 2022 been for you in gaming? And what game are you currently playing? Those are the two questions I posed. And I believe I did screenshot Ahmad's answer, so if you're watching this on the video and not just listening to it on an audio source, I should have that screenshot up. And Ahmad kindly let us know that they haven't played on console in a while, and they've been playing some good old Red Dead Redemption 2. And their anticipated game of the year was, of course, God of War Ragnarok, as I'm sure is for most of us. And I'm sure Sony Santa Monica are cooking up a storm for us. Knowing gaming fans, though, they'll still be somewhat disappointed. Because we know, like, recently in gaming, a lot of people have been putting the bar up high and getting super frustrated when something doesn't deliver in terms of narrative for them. Because yeah, people in gaming, we love to be polarizing, but I guess that's society in general. But I'm sure, again, Sony Santa Monica, they tend to do well on building on what they did wrong in the first game and fixing it for the sequel, so to speak, to the point where people only usually complain about the story writing. And for me, if all the complaints about your game are centered solely on the story writing, then you did everything perfectly. Because whenever it's just some minor shit, excuse my language, that people complain about, then you know that, okay, we delivered a good game, and yeah, it's just the little minor details. It's not like something that's major or game breaking or whatever. Kind of like we saw this here with Horizon Forbidden West. People were getting mad at Aloy's Peach Fuzz, which is just like, that's just graphics, that's how it is when you get up close and everything, gets to a point where it's so believable. But moving on to Red Dead Online and the state of Red Dead Online in 2022, which is the topic at hand for this video, and and our beloved hashtag Save Red Dead Online movement. So just to start it off, the Red Dead Online players have been upset with Rockstar for months, due to not only the lackluster support of Red Dead Redemption 2's online mode, but the lack of communication from Rockstar with regards to the game. All while Rockstar finally seemed to burn bridges with the GTA community that they've been looking for God knows how long. I've lost count how many years with the release of the definitive edition, which was just a low effort mobile port that was handled by, I think they were called Rockstar Games, which originally did the mobile ports for the GTA trilogy, and originally they fucked up those ports, and then for some reason, no one knows why, Rockstar decided, let's take that exact same studio and let's outsource the work to them, and let's let them do it again. Have a second chance, sort of. And again, believably, they messed it up. So, and it was to the point where they could originally remove the original versions of the trilogy from all the various game stores, and people were only able to download the definitive edition. But it got so bad to the point that they had to reinstate those old versions to allow people to just enjoy the games in their original forms, versus playing the so-called definitive edition remake. And then after that disaster, they went on to release Expanded and Enhanced, which was dubbed Expanded and Enhanced, but it was basically just a graphical update, which actually cost money, which is surprising in these times because a lot of studios normally they just give you a free next gen upgrade. We've seen all the previous studios, unless they were actually bringing in new DLC, which we can take an example with Sucker Punch Studios and Ghost of Tsushima. They did the Iki Island expansion alongside the next gen upgrade, so they made you pay for the DLC and expansion. And in that case, it makes sense because they were giving you story, they were giving you new content, and they were adding new graphics and everything else on top, ray tracing, all the bells and whistles. And then everyone else that was just doing regular free next gen upgrades, they were just doing them for free. Like I said, they weren't charging anyone. But lo and behold, Rockstar. This is the Rockstar that they become. Which again, still a great studio, lots of amazing franchises, but they've been making a lot of mistakes over the years. But anyways, all of this frustration bubbled up, and of course, hashtag Save Reddit Online has been going on since I would like to believe last year. That's probably when the hashtag began. The actual problems themselves have probably been around maybe since the Moonshiners update. And since then, the hashtag has randomly trended several times, and fans pushing the campaign have dominated the replies of any of the tweets from Rockstar, and it's actually refreshing to see a sort of momentum stayed strong because the community finally got mainstream media as well to pay attention to the issue. But again, Rockstar just did what they do and they remained silent, ignoring the community. And then right before one of their earnings calls, they dropped the famous, GTA 6 crumbs to distract everyone and boost revenue. And again, as usual, they just turned the attention elsewhere. But continuously since then, the game has been getting mediocre, drawn out monthly updates. I use the term updates loosely, if you can even call them that, because they don't come with any new content. They no longer come with an Outlaw Pass or a Quick Draw Club that they used to do. It's all just bonus events for players. So in the end, you just have players continuing to amass, in-game wealth they have nothing to do with in the game. And the Twitter campaign against the game takes aim at the lack of compelling updates, like we said. Again, the Twitter campaign also takes issue with the lack of communication from Rockstar, who has actually yet to say a word about any of the recent backlash. And this isn't the first time Reddit Onlines have protested again on Twitter, like I mentioned. The protests have sort of come and gone, but it is the biggest and most prolonged protest because to this day it's still once in a blue moon the hashtag will still trend. But again, it still just seems to be falling on deaf ears. And the last big protest that was led by YouTuber Only PvP Cat was the one where the famous clown movement, where everyone in the lobbies was dressed up in clown outfits, and all things aside, which was very funny to see and experience, just riding around in the lobbies and just coming across super friendly, chilled, just people in clown outfits and everything. And pretty much even me, I'm on the North American servers because I'm in Canada, and yeah, pretty much come across clowns every other lobby during that time. But again, I'm not against it because the community still loves this open world, and it offers an escape and fun calmness that no other open world game in this genre offers. And it's basically Red Dead Online is being based off arguably the greatest and most alive open world we've ever come to see in gaming, which was Red Dead Redemption 2, the actual story. With so much to discover, the world feels huge. Rockstar put a lot of care into the details. The amount of details in Red Dead Redemption 2 is unrivaled when it comes to gaming. There's so much to discover in the world. The world feels alive. Rockstar actually genuinely put a lot of care into details, accounting for the player's actions, considering the consequences, and its excellent game design, because every action the player could do was considered, and you weren't told what you could do. And if you did discover this option, you start to believe it's possible in other situations. The game doesn't tell you anything. No prompts, no instructions, the choice is yours. And again, Red Dead Redemption 2 is an incredible game with many wonderful moments. Every gang member at your camp is fully fleshed out with stories to tell, moments to share. All the random NPCs you come across, they also have stories to tell. The motion capture is unrivaled. The acting from the stellar cast is something I've actually never seen before. And to this day, I would say Roger Clark with his Arthur Morgan performance actually overtook Christopher Judge God of War, which again, God of War was my favorite character growing up alongside Jack and Dexter. Those are the two games I super loved. But yeah, Arthur Morgan is easily gaming's best protagonist now in the modern era. But again, so I'd imagine the players who, like myself, enjoy this game will still play it and continue to ride our horses into the sunset. Whether Rockstar neglects the game or not, that's up to them. And I think the frustration everyone has is justified. And it's not really frustration at Rockstar not doing anything, but it's just frustration at the wasted potential of such a beautiful open world, which, a lot of these other companies would kill to have this IP and have this open world to play with and do things with, whether it's malicious or non-malicious. And it's unclear exactly what the plan is for Red Dead Online going forward for Rockstar. While it certainly has a core player base, it's not sprawling like GTA Online. So Rockstar appears to just be using, its resources mainly to make updates for GTA, work on GTA 6, allegedly, because of the success of GTA Online, which again did become, a little bit of a monster on its own. And again, they continue to work on other projects. A new Bully game is rumored to be in the works, but who knows, because they have abandoned so many of their glorious IPs, whether it's Bully, LA Noire, Midnight Club, gosh, fucking the days of Midnight Club, all sorts of their great titles, especially we'd love sequels to Midnight Club and LA Noire especially, in this time and era. If you were to do an LA Noire and the new Red engine, oh, that'd be amazing. But as such, updates for Red Dead Online, they fall down the priority list, I guess, pretty much non-existent. And of course, this continues to frustrate players who figured this would be a live service game, because when they did launch Red Dead Online after the success of the Red Dead Redemption 2 game, they did intend to keep it sort of, alive in an open environment the way they did with GTA, and make the game last for years and sort of run parallel alongside GTA Online. Because, like I always laugh, you tend to see like an older crowd with Red Dead Online and then a younger crowd with GTA Online, which again is also generalizing because everyone plays both games. But again, GTA Online tended to lean into the younger crowd that are just into the chaos and everything. So, and then you lean into having all that chaos and all the lobbies and everything. Whereas Red Dead Online, there does tend to be chaos and everything in occasional lobbies, but people are pretty much just there for the open world more so than to, wreak havoc. But anyway, I doubt Rockstar will ever just officially announce that they're stopping development on Red Dead Online content, as they want us, the people, to always, believe, the people who've stuck around, to keep playing, to keep paying. But many players are simply seeing themselves out at this point, and Rockstar doesn't appear to have, much to say when these protests occur. And for some players, myself included to some extent, as I was saying, yeah, it's starting to become a legitimate question of whether or not Red Dead Online will have enough support to keep on going. And we all know GTA is their moneymaker and their first, second, and third priority. Whether it's a remake, online editions, or upcoming sequels, I'm not too sure what could change Red Dead Online's fortunes, even though they now expanded and enhances behind them. But I wouldn't be surprised if the largest content updates we see for our beloved Red Dead Online are behind us already. And, feeling discouraged is nothing unusual, and it can hurt when those feelings of a game that one has invested a lot of time into. However, just because Red Dead Online is not in its greatest state, that doesn't mean that the game is destined for failure. Because at the moment, many long-time Red Dead Online players are still unsatisfied, and Rockstar, should put in a little bit of work to reverse that. But this community has an excellent fan base, and it has an excellent framework to work off of Red Dead Redemption 2's gameplay. Gameplay. So a little more polish and significant content drop or two could completely change the game's fortunes and turn everything around. And just in closing points, Red Dead Online is by no means a dead game, and even though the state of it right now is in a very dire, struggling state, its players should not give up on it just yet. And it's definitely needing new content, but the improvements that the game needs are within reach. That's at least the positives. And again, like I was saying, although nothing's really gonna push Rockstar, given how they started behaving in recent years, I think Red Dead's mechanics and settings have given it a wide and passionate fan base. And if we want the game to be a success and be the best it can be, especially with previous updates having proven so immersive, with just a little bit of extra attention, Red Dead Online has the potential to be one of Rockstar's, best live service games, if they actually decide to give it attention. So I, like many others, just hope that this one day comes true, and when they eventually give up on the GTA cash cow and they start to work on other projects, new IP. And again, I use Red Dead Online more of as an analogy, because it doesn't have to specifically be Red Dead Online. It could be LA Noire 2, it could be Bully 2, it could be another Midnight Club, it could be any one of their other IPs, it could be GTA 6 for all we know. But whatever it is, they have to show that drive and passion that they used to have with these games, and come back into the industry as a big player and stop turning to like the lazy side, the microtransactions, lazy loot boxes, and just the cash grabbing side that's riddled so many companies now. Cough cough, Ubisoft. That's to the point where it's hard to find any more good guys anymore in gaming. And that's again the one thing I like about PlayStation first party studios. Sony stops them from doing that kind of shit. So whenever there's like a first party exclusive, Sony sort of keeps them in line. So, and I'm not one for console wars and everything, so I hope that even third-party studios maintain that trend and sort of try balance the both. Go in there, go for the bottom line, make your money, but also let the devs do what they do. Let them play around with their passion, let them enjoy their art, and everyone wins, which is something that I don't understand why Rockstar hasn't been leaning in that direction. But again, enough of me rambling. I hope this video was not too long. Again, thank you for anyone tuning in. Comments, likes, shares, it's all appreciated. Any engagement helps grow the channel. And again, I am recording this just before the Sevilla Madrid game, so I will be watching that game. Hopefully Madrid can clutch up and get another win as we go on to steal the league title. But again, happy Easter Sunday to those of y'all celebrating. Those of y'all not celebrating, I hope you have a good Easter weekend. This will be coming out on the Monday, so tomorrow I should have it cut up and ready. Because like I said on my schedule, I will be doing these probably every fortnight if I can. Bring up a discussion or a topic, I will do a discussion video. Every Wednesday we'll still be dropping Rainbow Six Siege videos. Every Friday it'll either be a FIFA video from pro clubs, or it could just be any other random game that I'm playing. And then Saturdays and Sundays will be my usual drops for my playthroughs, which at the moment we're finishing up Ghostwire Tokyo and we're finishing up Horizon Forbidden West. So those are the two that'll be dropping, and that should be the schedule going forward. And then up until the Quarry drops, I'll probably rush through that. The Devil in Me will drop, and I'll probably rush through that as well. God of War will take our sweet ass time, and Forspoken will also take our sweet ass time. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in. Have an awesome week, everyone.